right, guys. Hey, welcome back to Main Street Cinema. We are talking about Pieces of a Woman, new Netflix movie starring Vanessa Kirby, Shia LaBeouf, and Ellen Burstyn. And, this one's got a lot of buzz. Should you watch it? Should you not watch it? We're going to get into that and let you guys know what we think. I can do easy, right? I gave this movie, it's an okay, I definitely think it's kind of like, if it's an if you're bored. But if you were someone who just wants to see one of the best scenes that you'll see in the last probably year or two, then this movie has that. The problem is that the rest of the movie can't keep up to it, if you know what I mean. Like that first 25 minutes is so good, the rest of that movie can't compare to the rest of it. And that's mostly because of Vanessa Kirby, who probably deserves a nomination for some stuff. Shia LaBeouf deserves a kick in the ass like always, but he also did well. And then Ellen Burstyn did. She did well too. Oh yeah, you saw his little. You saw his Peter. Right. You saw Shia LaBeouf's Peter. But James, I know you hate this shit.
Yes,
tell us about it.
So basically, the first 30 minutes, 25 minutes are really good. It does grab you into it, does you into it, and then it literally drops off the face of this earth, and the words fall right off the page onto the floor. There is no arc, there is no character development, there is nothing going on with these characters for that entire sequence until the end of the movie. There is nothing going on. There is nothing exciting. It is dull, boring watching television. There is no arc with the characters. There is nothing. From the acting side, like I said, the first you got a whole bunch of emotions and whatnot in the first 30 minutes. After that, there is nothing. They are playing dead to each other. And I understand that they're trying to react to what happened in the first 30 minutes, but you still have to have some type of emotion, something like that. It was like a silent film, after the first 30. There was really there wasn't that much dialogue that was going on. They didn't even like each other. You know what I mean? And you can tell, this is the thing that pisses me off, is that when you put people in situations and they have no idea how to act in a situation, because I can see that all in that young lady's face. She had no idea how to act this part, how to act this out. She might have done a little bit of research and whatnot, but was the writing good? The writing was, was pretty good. The cinematography was great. I mean, it was a nice town they lived in, yes, but it literally took me nowhere. I could not tell you anything that happened after that birth scene.
Damn.
It really fell flat. The art, it really fell flat for me. And then the ending, you have a little bit of moment at the ending, which didn't mean anything. And then Shia LaBeouf's character just leaves. And it's just oh, God, it was bad.
Oh,
it hit the floor for me. It was just
Tale of two movies that we saw.
Yeah,
huh?
it was terrible.
Damn.
I don't watch this shit. It was terrible. No, it should have been a short film. It should have just been the
first 30 minutes.
And that would have actually been great. Because then the audience kind of came to their own conclusion of what happens next or what happens.
Yo, my man, you're literally saying we should just have short films about miscarriages and babies dying.
Oh, man.
Absolutely. Well, just to act better acting and make sure people know what the hell they're doing if you're going to do that. Anyway, so I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. So
and I'm through.
I had a different take on that movie. For me, it was the encapsulation to include the first 30 minutes. So this is like you said, it felt like a flat level.
Yes.
I think that was by design. Hence the title of the movie, "Pieces of a Woman," and she's disconnected because of that tragedy at the very first 30 minutes. So she's trying slowly to literally piece herself back together because things are falling out in her life. Like she has a disconnect with her mom. She has a disconnect with her partner, not her husband.
Yes.
Because he was never her husband.
Yes,
they were having a baby together, and then that is gone now. So it's in her mind, I guess there was no need to be partners anymore.
But you never got that, so you didn't know what was going on.
And the mom, his mother-in-law or his partner-in-law was cold. She's like, I never liked you.
Yes, okay.
So and now what was that actress's name? She their dialogue between each other, the mother and daughter, was a nice good scene for me because I was like, oh, okay, the mom is meddling like crazy, and you don't really get to know why. But then she tells her own story about how she was almost very much like the baby that she had just lost.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay. And then they're trying to do like some artsy stuff in there, like showing pictures of apples, and that's supposed to signify her showing sprouting, taking on sprouting, also trying to signify. Like, I get the art house stuff, I really do. I get the center shots on pieces of a woman, her hand, her throat, so on and so forth. But the character growth happens on multiple levels for me. So, like Shia LaBeouf's character, you see him like as this very loyal person, and he's trying to be loyal to somebody that just doesn't want him anymore. So you see him eventually, he's like, okay, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and take the mom, take this and bounce with that, and be everything that she doesn't want me to be anymore, and just bounce.
Yep.
So like that's his growth, or his art. The main character, like, she has to slowly combine, like, put herself back together. Literally, she Humpty Dumpty herself, and watching her try to stitch it back all the way to the end, like you see the kid. She puts on the hat that he left behind, and so on and so forth, and then that's her negotiating and putting herself back together for that one. And then of course the mom, that to me was like the most tragic, because she's dealing with dementia, but this is the last thing that she wants to do for her daughter. She wants her to, like, she has her own agenda, sure, but she's still her daughter, and she's still looking out for her best interest, all the way down to the stuff that she does, like buys her a car, does that thing with for Shia LaBeouf, and even brings in the cousin. So like she's exactly. Not even gonna get into the cousin, but like those three characters alone, and how they they're really against each other almost all the way to the end. Like, the only one that really rectifies the relationship between the two is the mother and the daughter, for obvious reasons. Like she finally comes to terms with everything that happened, and like that was it. Like, it was a great movie for me as far as that subject, because that's a very new subject that I hadn't really seen yet in a movie. Like nobody ever went over like postpartum depression or sudden infant death syndrome or anything like that, and you never got to see somebody try to work that out. Because you can tell this was important to her to have a kid. Like, she had the name picked out and everything, and she was pissed when they got it wrong on the gravestone, and then the guy tried to trivialize it. He's like, "Oh, it's not that important." Like, apparently it was. So I'm like, okay,
no, but they didn't get it wrong. But they
Yeah.
didn't get the name wrong.
he did. He spelled it wrong.
It was the derivation. It was a German or Yiddish derivation of it.
He spelled
it like
she wanted to spell it the
American way, and he did it the other way. But no, I'm sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, no. That's even more reason, like, because the whatchamacallit, he thought he was being supportive, but he was being a different kind of supportive. You know what I mean? He was trying to be there for her, not seeing all the stuff that she was going through, and then acknowledging that. So that's where he was like losing it. So he's like, I'm trying to do all these things, but it's just not working. I'm like, no, you think that you're helping, but you're actually not. You're doing it worse, because you try to take this burden off of her shoulders by like getting all that stuff down. Got it wrong, and then when he got it wrong, rather than you like, oh, okay, like the natural thing to do, anybody in that situation would be like, oh, okay, I'm sorry I got it wrong, we'll fix it. But instead, what does he say? He says, "Oh, it's not that big of a deal." Yeah, immediately, boom, trigger. So
man, he gotta go home and make SpaghettiOs for his poor ass kids.
But even before that, and not, but even before that, but okay. So the reason why I say there's no for that, because she already came in there with an attitude, and I understand, and every right. She lost a child.
Every right.
But as I'm saying, so it didn't go anywhere. For me, it didn't go anywhere. She was mad when she came in, or she was flat, and then she was like, okay, right.
Immediately skating uphill.
It was literally, I was like, okay, so, I mean, I can understand if she came in there like she really wanted to do this, or, yes, this is my closure, or you got some sense of her doing that. There was none. She came in there and it was like, whatever. She didn't even say anything. Like, she didn't say anything basically the whole time.
No.
They were doing that. When she saw the name, or she said what she said, and then she left.
Right.
Okay. I was like, okay, you know what I
Right.
mean? I mean, and if you want to play angry or depressed or get your life together, whatever the situation is, I, you know, what I mean, and I, you know, I'm not a woman, so I'll never understand it. But cinematically, like if it was done on stage, it probably would have been amazing because you would have had those silences inside of the theater, and that would have really borne emotions out to the audience.
See, that's just I don't think she was trying I don't think it was trying to be angry or anything like that, but it was very disconnected. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but she didn't
So-
play. But she didn't. But see,
Yeah.
you have to, as a performer, you have to play that.
How do you play
One-
disconnected?
you have to, because otherwise it comes out otherwise it comes out flat. And there's
Yeah.
a difference between like flat, not doing anything, which
Uh-huh.
I felt that she was not doing anything,
Mm-hmm.
to being taken away from the situation. And I don't think that she was like, I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, she did, as a woman, she lost a baby. She felt like she was disconnected, but that was not shown on camera.
Okay, well, so with disconnected, right? Like I think they got that through with the scene with her and Shia LaBeouf when he was trying to get some.
Yes.
So like he was trying to coax her and
have
making
sex, yeah,
love,
yeah.
having sex, whatever. And whatchamacallit, like she was just kind of like not doing anything, and she was
But that's a physical.
yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a
No,
physical
that's
thing,
what
yeah.
that's
Yeah,
getting ready to be
yeah.
my point. Is like that's how they got through her being disconnected. Because so rather you can't really emote disconnection, so you got to show situations
But
where
they
she's
didn't-
disconnected.
But she, like, it was for me. For me, it wasn't there. It really, like I didn't even that sex scene or trying to be sex scene. It's okay. She was trying not to be there, but it
Right.
was like,
Man, she was like, "Let me take these pants off,"
Right.
yeah.
and he was like, "Hurry up, bitch!"
and then
And he was like, I don't even want you
Yeah,
anymore.
so she was trying to do it, and then they didn't do
got
it.
mad.
Neither of them were trying.
Neither of them.
but they were both trying.
Yeah.
And that's the problem when you're going through that. Like if you're going, like you've been
They
through shit,
did
you're
not-
going through that shit, and you're like, "Oh, I'm trying, but I hate you."
They did not play that well, in my opinion.
No.
I thought it felt like it was
Like-
very monotonistic.
I
boring.
didn't think they played it terribly.
No.
I thought they did. Like I said, if it was on stage, I think we would have got it just those awkward silences. And
Right.
then you would have seen that, you know what I mean? Just being there. But on screen, to me, it was like the words hit the floor.
Yeah.
So this is a do not bother for you, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a dude. The first 30 minutes. Watch that, and then you can turn the shit off.
Dave,
I'm gonna say yeah, it's a good watch. So
I'm also gonna say that this. Well, I'll say that this is a if you're bored.
this
But
is true.
but like
Yeah,
I'm
this
telling
is an
you, that
Oscar
first-
contender.
That first, well, it's an Oscar contender for a performance.
yes,
From
For one
not for
person.
best film.
For one
no.
person.
No.
But it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like we will talk about in another video
Yes.
eventually. Anyone can be up for Oscars because one of them,
Yes.
1984, is campaigning for Best Picture.
All no, they're campaigning for more. They're
All
doing
of them.
all of them.
All of them.
They're doing a shotgun method. They're trying to see what sticks because they have to rectify.
I'll tell you what sticks.
Yeah,
The shit on your script.
that is what happens when you have Jeff Johns try to write you a DC movie.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's 0 for 2 right now. Just letting you know.
Yeah, it's not looking good for them, but maybe it'll look good for anyone that watches Pieces of a Woman and enjoys it and lets us know about it, or hates it and lets us know about it.
Both.
As always, comment,
Like, comment, and
subscribe,
Yes.
and we will talk to you guys next time.
All right.
Later.
Peace.